Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD, and clearly the confusion continues. So we had a really good pin bar off structure yesterday, which we got a bit of a rally going, but seller stepped in above this area of 121.567. For me at the moment, this is stuck in a range. One of the hardest things to do when you are trading is to anticipate when you have a potential trend reversal, and at the moment can't really ascertain whether we do have one or not. So we had a strong move down, up, consolidated, second move down, broke through all the moving averages. You would have expected a rejection here. We didn't. We broke back through. We got support off the moving averages, and at the moment we are going sideways. So oscillators are indicating that watch out below, look for the next level down below, and quite frankly that is around here. So that is 126.28. Personally, I think this is just going to continue for some time. Probably the rest of the week we're going to be stuck in this sideways motion. It's pointless trying to see anything on the bigger time frames, but if you start moving down to the lower time frames, you should start seeing some structure. So you can see here pretty good buying opportunity off a level, and that level was in this area of 129.73. We did rally a bit, but then this massive sell-off yesterday. I would expect a second move, to be honest, but looking at the oscillators could be the end of the move. So in other words, this volatility or indecision in this pair I think is going to continue. So is it dollar weakness, is it dollar strength, and nobody really knows what's going on. So for me, on that, I put myself in that bracket as well. I have no clue what's going on with this pair, so I think I will just continue to sit on the sides with it and wait and see. US dollar, Japanese yen, pretty much a similar scenario. So we did get a bit of a rally yesterday. Now I just want to swing left because we have broken through some fairly significant areas here, and I just want to add this one up here, and you can see what I'm doing, all the touches on this level, and we'll get it now. So this area here, 106.012. So look at my oscillators, they are grouping. I'm at a level, we have an inside bar forming off a level. If we go down to a lower time frame, you'll see we have a pin bar above that level. There's quite a bit of structure to the left, so they could have picked up on another level, another breakout retest. Doesn't really matter. What I'm looking for is this level to be rejected. So this looks a little bit better than Euro USD, but taking a short here is against the trend. So ideally what you'd want to be doing is looking for a long. Now yesterday was a solid day. You can see it was a pretty solid day. So when you have a strong day like this, normally you have a day of drifting lower or just sideways. So I would be interested in looking at another opportunity long, somewhere down 105.651. But at the moment, I think we'll just sit on the sidelines with those $2 pairs. British pound, Japanese yen. So we've had a very strong week so far. Oscillators are indicating that we are in overbought territory at the moment. So what I'd be worried about here is this potential double top. So we do have slight diversions here. So let me just get the high here. So 94.09, and then we have 95.03. So this peak is lower than that peak ever so slightly, but look at price here. Okay, so that is potential for a change of direction, but in order for that to be true, we'd have to break below 146.637. At the moment we've got this bit of a gap down and sideways, so whether it's gap down and continue, or it's gap down, back up, close gap, and then continue moving, difficult to ascertain at the moment. But this area that we're in here, 147.046, and you can see just below it, actually let's just use this level here, just below it is a fairly strong level. So that's 146.940. Trend is up. That's probably an area that I'd be looking to continue to the long side. ultimately looking for 147.993. So British pound, Japanese yen, looking for some consolidation or some price action around here for a move to the upside. So that's a buying opportunity there. Aussie dollar, US dollar. So I just adjusted this channel because we are mucking around with it at the moment. So you can see this week we've gone up and then a massive range bar and then a continuation down. Oscillators are indicating we are oversold. Problem with this pair is that the trend is up. You know, this is a massive area of consolidation at the moment, but ultimately the trend is up. This is also potentially a retest of the channel break or the flag break. So I'm ever so cautious of expecting this thing to fall to the floor. For me at the moment, this is looking like some fairly decent structure. I have a grouping of my oscillators. I'm off the 155 EMA, which coincides with two levels, a diagonal, which is the channel, and then this area here, which we are flirting with at the moment, which is 0.77504. Look to the left and you can see there's some support there, and it does look like we have a bit of a wedge forming here at the moment. So double top there, we've got the double top target. Now we have a bit of a wedge off structure. So to me, that does indicate that we should be looking for another move to the upside. But again, dollar pair and with the other dollar pairs just all over the place, I'm reluctant to actually climb in on this as well. And technically it is sideways as well. So that's just something that I'll sit on the sidelines for. But it is potential. There is some potential here. So if you are willing to take that risk, to me, it's more of a 50-50 risk right now. So it looks like it's forming a range, a longer term range. So entry would be somewhere in this area, the stop below the swing low or the low of yesterday. And you're looking for another move up to 0.78004. Euro British pound. So this trend to the downside continues, except the swing high that we had yesterday was a little bit uncalled for. So when we did the video, we were in this area here, and then you can see we rallied all the way up to this area, and this is typical of a gap. So you know, the gap always acts as a magnet, and then you have a level before the gap, which normally you have some of the ambush players waiting, and that's exactly what happened here, and they drove it back down. Then we had a gap up and we're moving down. So for me, this level here is the next level that we need to watch, 0.87186. I'd like to see us get back and test that properly. We haven't tested it yet. Come back, test it, reject it, and then another opportunity to the downside. So this is still in a downward trend. You're looking for opportunities to sell into this, and you can sort of have some confidence with a little bit of a wider stop, but remember your risk management. You don't want to be risking more than 2% of your capital, so in case this kind of stuff happens. So you could have easily wanted to go in here and then had your stop above there. You would have been stressing yourself silly to get out of that trade. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes I find when you're with the trend, just go with a medium-sized lots position size, just to allow yourself a little bit of wiggle room, and in case you get it wrong. And if you want to learn about that, just watch my S&P video, because I got that wrong yesterday. Anyway, British pound and New Zealand dollar. So we had a wedge yesterday, then we had a bit of a wedge break, which was over here. It was happening, and that didn't really transpire. So it rejected my analysis yesterday properly and continued to the upside. So for me at the moment, we have really broken through 192.115, and that's been an area of pretty strong resistance if you look through the timeline. So I still believe we have this sort of, okay, it's a consolidation pattern, but you can look at it any way you want to. So there is a head, there is a double, there's a shoulder, there's a double head, and then there is a double, or actually triple shoulder as well. So this is a consolidation pattern, commonly known as a rounding or a bottoming pattern. So you can see if you sort of draw a circle, you can see you've got low, a lower low, then you go to higher low before breaking through the neckline, and that's pretty much what's transpired. So this is a bottoming pattern, and we've had a fairly solid break yesterday. So what we want to do is just ignore all diagonals right now. So this is something we've been waiting for some time. What I'd be really interested in is to see what transpires here. 192.617, look for an opportunity to buy into this. Obviously your stop is going to be below the swing low at the moment, but look inside here, guys. You can see a lot of chaos. So you can see all these tails here over the last couple of days are all breakouts. So they're all areas where price has broken through, and technically we need to retest it. So you're going to have a lot of traders that have seen the breakout, but they are not convinced that the breakout is valid just yet. So a lot of your longer term your institution will be looking at this saying this is a potential fake out, and they'll be aligning themselves to data or economic data out of New Zealand and the UK. So they're going to be playing this a little bit differently to a retail trader. So the bottom line is that wait for confirmation, and we don't really have confirmation yet. So this, you can see this gap down up at the close. I think gap down, that's just confusion. When that kind of stuff happens, that's confusion whether this is a realistic breakout or a real breakout or not. So what you need to do is just be patient. Wait for the structure to happen. At the moment you've got nothing on offer. So wait and see what happens here, 192.617. If that gives way, then wait to see what happens at 192.398. If that gives way, then look at the diagonal, which will line up down here at 192.115. So long as we don't break below the low of yesterday, then you have a fairly solid setup. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for here, looking for opportunity to buy into this. But what we see here is a bit of confusion after breaking through the neckline. So want to just wait and see what transpires before jumping in on that. Okay, so that's probably where the opportunities lie. It's going to lie in the pound, definitely. The pound and the euro pretty much is where opportunities lie. The USD, I think we'll wait and see. There's just so much political noise happening in the USA at the moment. Stimulus package and stimulus package and stimulus package, and there's no real traction on it. So I think we're going to be in a bit of limbo still for a while. So anyway, that's just my view on it. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.